Which graph represents the inequality? Negative 2x plus 3y is greater than 12. All right, here we go. This is pretty straightforward. All right, we need to get the y by himself. We need to get this in the form of y equals mx plus b, because then we can easily find the correct graph. Now, this is not an equation. It's an inequality. It has this greater than symbol, but we're still going to treat it almost like it was an equation. We draw the wall here, and as if you saw any of my other videos, I like to treat this as y's house, as your house. Y stands for you. So here's you, here's your best friend, here's the other guy. They're all hanging out, eating your pizza, playing your video games. Now your best friend stays a little later, so the best friend leaves last. But these guys, you're going to kick them out soon. How do you kick out the terms that are furthest away? You change their mood. Okay? This negative 2x becomes positive 2x on both sides. That allows you to cancel it out. We rewrite it over here. We have 2x plus 12. You cannot put those together because they are not like terms. We're almost done. We have 3 and we have y. All right? So, how do you get rid of the best friend? You do not change the mood. All you do is simply divide. You divide to get rid of that coefficient. Okay? I've come up with this way of explaining this, these concepts for people who have heard the mathy way millions of times and it still is not sticking. So hopefully this will help some of you guys that are having some trouble. You cancel that out and divided, and here's what you have. Now, some teachers do this little heart thing to remind you to divide both of these terms by the same number, all right? We could also put this right in the calculator and we could graph it. If you're not sure what to do right here, you can put this whole thing in the calculator. I'm going to clear out my calculator. You can put it in as it is and give it a try and at least figure out the right line. But the thing is, all of our answer choices are pretty much the same line, so doing that's not going to really help. You really have to do this step, which is super easy. You have 2 divided by 3 with x. That's 2/3 x. Over here you have 12 divided by 3. That's 4. It's positive 4. Now our positive 4 is seen on all of our choices. That's our y-intercept, what I also call the starting value or the one-time number. I'm going up 4. I'm going up 4. I'm going up 4. I'm going up 4 here. So it's always up 4. Alright, that's my y-intercept. Okay, now my slope is positive because this negative 2x became positive 2. So I have a positive slope. They all have a positive slope. Looks like they're all going up 2, 3 to the right. Up 2, 3 to the right. Every one of those guys is doing the same thing. So that's not going to help us either. What's going to help us is the fact that this is not an equation. It's an inequality. Did I divide by a negative? No, the number I divided by was positive. If I had divided by a negative, it would have flipped this greater than and made it a less than sign. That would have changed everything. But I did not divide by a negative, so my shading needs to be above. Okay? And here's how I explain inequalities. If you are less than this guy, if you're like this, you're less than, that person's less than, they feel like a loser. They feel below the world. They feel less than everyone else. Okay? Below the world. The shading is below. But if you're feeling greater than, like this one is, you're feeling like you're better than everyone else, like you're above the world. So the shading is above the line, all right? In this case, the y is feeling above the world. The shading is above the line. So this guy that's shaded below, that's wrong. This guy that's shaded below, that is wrong. The last thing I like to teach doing this, I'm going to rewrite this because it's really sloppy. Okay, this is what we're looking at. Y is greater than 2/3 x plus 4. To make dotted or to make solid? That is the question. It's really easy actually. If you have the little or equal to line underneath, it's solid. If you don't have the little equal to line underneath, it's dotted. Okay? So in this case, we never had it, and once you have it in a problem, it never suddenly appears. It's never going to appear. There's no line underneath saying it's greater than or equal to. It's dotted. So the answer is choice A.